Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. We are the two kings of the Rube Empire, your two kings. And we invite you to join us. Become a citizen of the Rube Empire, where the taxes are voluntary, the people are free, and we have freshly roasted liberal logic every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. I'm the mad scientist Matt, philosopher king, and I've got a perspective on things.
Let me tell you about it, brother. Oh, man. I'm the strong one, the one and only strong one. You introduce king to this king sitting to my sitting to my left, and I have a perspective on things as well. Brother, are you excited for episode 151?
Yes, I
Can you believe it?
Well, seeing as how we just did the 150th last week, yes, I can believe it.
I can't, I don't sleep anymore. I literally lay in bed and think, wow, 151 episodes later. Most podcasts last 7 episodes. That's it. That's it. We just dunked on that, man. We dunked on it like, my Clapper account dunked on TikTok. I mean, it's insane how that rolls, bro. But
what are you at on Clapper now?
51,400 and rising. So, I make the Johnny Cash joke. 49 and rising. Yeah, exactly. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention the dastardly, the obscene, the unseen hand, the right hand of the kings. Dusty is in the house as well. What's up, Dusty?
What's up, Ray?
Bro, I got a few things that I got to shout out. First of all, blessings to God for letting us do 151 episodes. That's awesome. One.
Amen to that.
Two, we didn't thank our families on the 151 episode, because you got to think about this. Our families allow us to essentially hang out in our man caves, discuss man stuff, scratch, fart, burp, do all the things that men do, talk about man stuff, get to debunk liberal logic. We get to do all of this every single week.
We don't just debunk it. We don't just debunk it. We roast it.
I mean,
destroy it.
We turn it into tender and juicy victuals.
Listen,
and we give it back to you.
The people, right? And we get to dunk on it. We get to dangle it in their face. I mean, it's fun. I enjoy owning liberal logic. I enjoy it. It's my thing. I enjoy it. And I enjoy doing it with you guys. But we can't do this without our amazing wives and children allowing us to take the 2-3 hours it takes every Wednesday night to do this show for you guys. So thank you, families. If this is all the farther you watch this episode, charity, just stop here, because it's going to get plausibly foolishness the rest of the episode. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Follow us everywhere. We are everywhere, right? Let's see. We're here at twitch.tv/plausible foolishness, correct?
That is right. Twitch.tv/plausible foolishness. That's right.
Gotcha. So we are on the Twitch machine. Make sure you head over to Twitch. Check that bad boy out. We are live. That's where our main live feed is. But that's not the only live feed. We are on YouTube as well. Yes, we're shills. We sold out to YouTube. Just kidding, because we don't make any money off YouTube. So it's okay. But we're live over there, too, for the old people. And for the really old people, we're over on Facebook Live. So head over to Facebook Live if you want to check us out over there on Facebook as well. We're streaming simultaneously because of your support, because you guys can continue to support us. 150 episodes ago, we were at the top of my business office with the worst sounding room of all time, with one little mic, and I looked deeply into the mad scientist's eyes and said, let's talk about them politics. And it was so much fun, and it's grown to where it is now. So we're super thankful for every single one of you guys for literally just continue to support us every single day. We appreciate you. Main gigs on twitch.tv/plausible foolishness, obviously YouTube, and we are on Facebook Live. We're all over the socials as well. We're on Clapper. We're on TikTok. We are on we're on Local. Instagram, what's up?
real American Dusty Joe.
Oh, jeez, Dusty.
Just, well, he subscribed. That's 9 months. That's 9 months that he's kept his subscription going.
Dusty, we're trying to.
And I'd be willing to bet. So he paid his voluntary taxes. We appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Taxes are voluntary, so you don't owe us, but we do appreciate them. And I imagine he's going to gift somebody else later on.
Hold on. We got another one.
Yep, Deep State just
Deep
subscribed. He's at 11
Deep
months. He's making
11
sure that
months?
we are bought and sold to the Deep State. And he says, remember, you can't spell quarantine without URQT. It's true. It's true.
Oh,
Deep
you
State.
Deep State. We love to hate you.
We're controlled opposition, Deep State. We are just controlled opposition under your thumb, and we appreciate you every single day. But yeah, man, like, so 151 episodes, and I'll be honest with you, I am grateful. Okay, I'm very grateful. I think that I come into this episode with massive gratitude. Let me give you another example. We happen to live in the greatest state in the United States. So not only do we live in the greatest country that really isn't a country anymore, it's a banana republic, but we do live in the state that still kind of resembles America. You know what I mean? Like Florida, arguably.
Oh, the
Probably
America
the
that we
free-
want it to be.
What now?
The America that we want it to be.
True enough. We actually live in
Well-
an idyllic. Oh, go ahead.
But even then, if you look at the Constitution,
Yeah.
what we want America to be is what America is.
Yes.
At least the ideas upon which America was built.
Correct.
You know?
And we sort of defend those here in Florida, right?
Most of them.
yeah.
Kind of.
You know, sort of, kind of. Thank God for strong men and, strong, very, how do I say this nicely? An incredibly red state allows us to be free from the tyranny and the madness that's going on all around. So I'm super grateful. I mean, here's the thing. There's a couple things to think about. What is it? Rona's down 76% now? Cases are down 76%?
Is it 76?
Well,
Wow.
yeah, I mean we've got
76%.
the vaccine out there. So
That has
Well-
nothing to do with the vaccine.
It has nothing to do with the vaccine because only 15% of the population is vaccinated. So how does the overall deal drop? But needless to say, why I say that to say, Florida has the second oldest population in the United States of America. We have one of the fewest death counts out there, which is weird. It's strange.
because as we all know, children are the most vulnerable.
Yeah, true.
That's why they need to wear masks at school and not even go to school.
How many kids have died from Corona again?
7?
It hasn't even broken double digits yet. So, long story short, to your point, my friend, we live in a state that said, yeah, we're not doing this lockdown thing. We've been open relatively for what? We were really only shut down for what, like a month and a half?
Something
So
like
we're shut
that,
down
yeah.
for-
Yeah,
Maybe 2 months max.
yeah, I think it's about 2 months fully.
Yeah, I mean, maybe 2 months we were shut down, and then we started looking at the science, which you're supposed to do. We looked at the numbers, and then we were like, oh, wait a minute, like time on the field, we shouldn't be locking down. This doesn't make any sense. Mask mandates don't make any sense. Like everybody in Florida that's wearing masks right now, it has nothing to do with your government. Your government is not forcing you to wear a mask. Ron DeSantis is not forcing you to wear a mask. Orlando, Orlando area where we live, they're not forcing masks. It's the businesses that are run by, super lefty corporations that are ones that are enforcing this. You know what I mean?
Well, they have corporate decisions that span their entire corporation that they have to follow the mandates of these far leftist regions.
Mhm.
And rather than doing, well, you guys just regionally do it, no, everybody does it.
Yes.
And so they follow like Illinois, California, New York,
Yes.
Well,
Michigan.
and there's a
Also-
reason why they do that too. Not just like efficiency or whatever. It's because some lunatic is going to be like, such and such doesn't have a mask policy in Florida.
Yeah.
And it's how evil. And then they're going to get all this bad press and they don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah. So, long story short.
And they're probably leftists at the top because leftism makes them, super rich.
Now, if you go to a small business in Florida, which we still have those, miracle, we actually still have small businesses, unlike the rest of the country. We actually can go into places without masks, and people don't give a rat's. You know what? We can go into churches without masks. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And people wear masks. Some people still believe, Some churches.
Some churches.
I would
some
question,
small businesses.
I would question if you were actually a small business or a church if you enforce the stuff anyways, but that's another story for another time. But Florida, relatively free, crazy. The moments they opened the beaches up, well, we were still going to the beach whether it was open or not, but that's another story for another time. We actually, you remember that?
Yeah.
They were like,
you can't be on the beach. You can't be on the beach.
You
Yeah,
can't
make
be
us.
in nature. And Florida's like, yeah, no, bro, we're going to the beach. I remember that was one of the most hate I have ever gotten on any social media was the video of me posting me and my family on the beach. Like, it was hilarious. I was like, you are spewing out all this venom because me being a decent dad decided to take his kids outside to the beach. Like, think about that. Like, that's another story for the time. But let me brag on Florida one more time. I just want to brag on Florida, and we'll get to the show.
We all know coronavirus is transmitted via the air.
Yeah,
and through the water.
Yeah, our air is poisoned. That's why we wear masks.
Air is poison, right? Now, I want to brag on Florida one more time because we are free as usual. See, what's amazing with business wants to go where they can make money, correct? I'm assuming?
Usually,
yes.
Usually. Not Disney right now, but we'll get to that in a second. Usually. And we can say that we're Floridians, we can dunk on Disney too, because there are people, okay? They're here, okay? Now, usually businessmen want to make money. You can't really make money in places where they won't let you make money, right? Florida really hasn't felt the effects that the rest of you have felt, because we actually want to be America. Another example of this. Now, this is coming from the meathead that I am. Hence the strong one. But it was just announced yesterday that the Mr. Olympia will return to the state of Florida October 7th through the 10th. Thank you, Jesus. Now, why is that important? Because the Mr. Olympia historically is always held in Las Vegas. That is where it's known to be. And Vegas has lost a butt ton of money because of stupidity, like the lockdowns and the Rona mandates and so on and so forth, which is fine because we'll take your money. We're okay with that here in Florida. I don't know if I sent you guys the video of the black guy that's on the couch and he's like, why is everybody talking smack about Florida? And he's like, okay, you don't like it? Don't come vacation here. Don't come to the beaches. Listen, you guys demonize.
It's winter where you are.
Yeah.
Stay up there and freeze.
Exactly. Listen,
enjoy your frozen tundra.
Sucks that bad.
You keep that stuff up there. We're gonna stay warm down here.
Amen. Listen, keep that energy up. Listen, if you hate us, that's fine. Stay away, but you're not. You're going to pay for the taxes when you come down here and hang out in our resorts and go to Disneyland and go to our beaches, and you will continue to fund our state, and we'll continue not to have state taxes. We'll have lower cost of living, and we're going to enjoy, was it 88 today? All day today?
It was like 84.
And like the humidity is like non-existent right now. Have you noticed that?
It's so nice.
Oh my gosh. It's like February and March in Florida are the best. And I'm just looking at my pool and it's nice and clean. And I'm just like, I can't wait to get in you again. Like, I'm so excited. It's a little creepy. But guess what?
I almost hit the no square on that one.
Yeah. Hey, I was talking about a pool. I'm talking about a swimming pool. No euphemisms here. Okay?
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
To get you. Anyway, so now.
Because somebody made it a lot easier to get away with stuff like that.
Oh, who did that?
Didn't Biden do something about a new policy or something? and did away with an entire program chasing down.
Well, are you referring to the title of this episode?
I might
What?
be.
Yeah, what is the title of this episode, Ray?
What is
It
that
is-
title?
De-Taloned.
De-Taloned? Why
De-Taloned.
would it be De-Taloned?
Well, I think
Well-
the bald eagle has been de-taloned.
Yeah.
No more
it's been-
claws.
all these have been De-Taloned. Now, here's what's funny is, let me help you out with the trolls out there. And I hate to hurt your feelings again, but it is what it is. Biden has defunded and shut down Operation Talon. Okay? Operation Talon was an ICE program that would literally deport and arrest pedophiles, sex offenders, people that are assaulting our people here in America that aren't even supposed to be here because they're illegal immigrants. So they're targeting sex trafficking, coyote, all these bad people that sexually assault kids and women and so on and so forth.
Why would
We-
coyotes assault people? I thought they were just like dogs.
Yeah, aren't they like
No.
scavengers?
No, real people. They
Oh,
transport people across the border, the Mexican border. Now, this
Oh,
is a
nice.
nice program designed to stop really sick, disgusting people. I mean, we would all agree on that, right? It's left, right, orange man good, orange man bad.
Hunter Biden. Sorry,
We all
sneezing
agree.
there. My bad.
That's a good thing to
Well,
keep around, right? I mean, am I crazy for thinking that, Deep State? Am I crazy?
You're crazy for thinking that we all agree. There is it's probably a small portion, I hope to God, but there is a portion of the population that does not agree.
Yeah.
And not just the pedophiles themselves, obviously.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. But think about this. Your boy Joe shuts it down. Now, to be fair for the fact checkers, before you try to misinformation this, well, I had a white splaining white liberal. They're always my favorite. Did you see that video, Dusty?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, this boy tried to white splain why what I was saying about Martin Luther King was wrong. And I'm like, time out on the field. One, on 4 levels, I'm literally quoting him verbatim, and I'm a brother talking about brother stuff. And you, as a white liberal, feel the need to correct me. The irony is hilarious on all levels, because literally what they're supposed to fight white supremacy, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't white splaining fit into that
Well,
category?
isn't what he did one of the tenets of being less white that Coca-Cola put out?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like,
100%.
be less,
Be less white.
be less white, but then it was like, be less defensive, be less,
Competitive. Don't be competitive.
yeah,
Don't be on time.
be less, convinced that you're correct or something like that.
Yes.
Something-
Don't be male.
Don't be basically. Don't be assertive. Don't have any testosterone. Don't have any balls. Now, with
Don't
that
be confident.
Deep State had something to comment on your rant about Talon.
What's that?
Epstein killed himself.
Yes.
That's as good as there was nothing weird about the election this year. Like, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. Now, Deep State, thank you so much for that. You're, of course, again, wrong, but we love you and appreciate you for funding us every single time. Now, that being said, our white knight, our white liberal, once again puts his foot in his mouth. He's like, well, Biden didn't shut down Operation Talon. ICE did. Why did they shut it down, white knight? Well, because of Biden policies.
So you're saying this guy's a genius?
The problem is when you are that stupid, you don't know it. It's called self-awareness. The most dangerous level of stupidity isn't even ignorance. It's a lack of self-awareness.
Mm.
It's like literally These are the people they hire to fact check the Second Amendment. We talked about this, right? Like, fact check, Second Amendment's false. What? What?
I believe it's written in a little document called the Constitution.
No, that's
Yeah,
false.
but see, here's where we're missing the point. The Constitution's premise that we have the right to bear arms is just false. We don't have that right.
Dear God.
But it says we have that right.
Yeah, but even if it says it, it doesn't mean that it's actually true.
So then everything it says isn't true. The First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth.
It's only true if we agree that it's true.
And listen, it's invalidated because user 123456789 with the Nataro emoji picture says it's false.
It's false!
Now,
False flag!
this is what's amazing. If Joe Biden's policies are antithetical to ICE, if his policies are forcing ICE to stop doing things, Joe Biden's responsible for those actions.
Yep.
Period.
I look at it this way. If Donald Trump is responsible for locking up kids, Joe Biden's responsible for stopping ICE from protecting kids.
Yep. Well, but Joe went one step further. He reopened the concentration camp centers that everybody said Trump did.
Oh, no, they're rebranded. They're rebranded, yes, remember.
They're overflow facilities, not kids in cages. Kids in overflow facilities. Did you guys see the boxes they're putting kids in?
They're not cages anymore. They're nice shipping containers.
They're shipping containers with bars on the windows.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that get a little warm in the desert?
Well, they have air conditioning units. So, like a window unit.
What's the definition of a cage?
Yeah.
And here's the problem. Trump didn't even put kids in cages. Now they're putting them in boxes with bars on them, bro. But this is the madness. This is literally the madness that we have to interact with on a regular basis, right? It's not kids in cages. It's relocation facilities. Like, think about this. Well, Biden didn't shut down Operation Talon. He just shut down ICE's ability to do that operation. So, once again, your boy Joe, Corn Pop, Mr. I don't know what's happening right now.
Mr. N-word.
Mr. N-word. Mr. You ain't black. Mr. Black people and Hispanics can't use the internet is defending pedophiles again.
And the funny thing, all three of those things are in the last 5 months. It's not like it was like 20 years ago when he was in the Senate and said, they're coming out of the forest. No, this is 5 months ago. 2 of them are while he was president.
Yep. Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
A bunch of you are hopping onto Clapper right now. I really appreciate you for hopping on Clapper. Thank you so much for all the diamonds. That's awesome. But head over to twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. You want to check out the full show. It's me, it's the Mad Scientist, it's Dusty at twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. Make sure you head over that way, man. It's going to be tons of fun. You get to check out the whole episode, not just look at my ugly face. You get to look at the most beautiful man that God has ever put together. Literally the reincarnation of Adam. The reincarnation of Adam is in the house. And the sexiest, most melodious voice of all time, a.k.a. Dusty, the right hand of the kings, in the house. So make sure you check us out over there at twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. Had to plug the show, boys. But yeah, I mean, episode's called De-Taloned. But, like, what message does that send? Right? Like think about this. George Floyd, the fentanyl, dope dealer, basically kills himself. A cop does a bad look, puts his knee on the back of his neck. Cities burn for years, right? The call, not years, sorry, that's hyperbole. For months.
10 months.
Over the summer.
10 months.
10
Actually,
months.
technically 12 because they were burning right up until almost last month.
Yeah, so the knee-jerk reaction to a cop putting on the knee on the back of a fentanyl fiend when there was 3 other people in the car, and nothing happened to them, by the way, was we need to defund the police, and that's what they did in Minnesota, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Until they
worked
didn't
so
anymore.
well.
Huh?
Until they didn't anymore.
Yeah, until the crime spiked out of control, and they spent what, like
Specifically the murder rate.
the murder rate goes up, and then
Yeah,
they invested
specifically the murder rate.
$7 million in recruiting social workers.
No. Yeah.
Oh no! They spent $7 million recruiting community organizers.
Nope.
No.
Oh no! They spent $7 million on Colin Kaepernick coming in to help them out.
No, they did not kneel for that one.
No.
Take a knee because he took a knee? No. Okay.
It was community outreach seminars.
No.
What?
It was police officers.
Oh.
So after burning down your city for a whole month for a fentanyl dope fiend.
Well, that can't be true because that would mean they learned a lesson or something, and that never happens.
Well, Democrats have never learned a lesson, but they defunded the police only to refund the police once, ironically, they stole it from Orange Man. That's weird.
So they tried to de-Talon the police, only to put the Talons back when they figured out, wait, we need those.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so weird how that works with liberals, right? Like, we're going to de-Talon pedos until all this hunter stuff blows over, and then we'll start going after the pedos again, right?
Oh, sunshine, don't spank your kids.
Yeah. We'll defund the police until we realize, oh shoot, we've successfully stole this from Orange Man. Now we got to refund the police. Here's the other one that's hilarious this week. I don't know if you guys heard about this. The USA women's soccer team.
I didn't.
I have not heard anything about this.
What's strange is they
Tell
took
more.
a knee all year long playing their international games.
Mm-hmm.
All year long. Because of racial injustice, Orange Man bad, America's bad. They formally came out this week and said, you know what, we're not going to kneel anymore.
Oh well. Yeah, they got an old white guy in the White House. We're good.
Yeah, they have a white knight.
Racism solved under the guy who literally
he-
thinks every person who owns a 7-Eleven has an Indian accent.
Didn't he lay out pretty clearly what it means to be black in America?
Yeah, voting for him.
Yeah. You ain't black. So I mean, we now know. It's good. We're all good now.
Hey Ray, I just want to make it clear, I am not black. I just want to make sure that was clear.
Dusty,
And
not black.
I think Biden made it clear that you ain't black either.
Dusty, Biden, the whitest racist of all time, literally has revoked my black card. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's probably because I've officially made March. You can't blame white people for your problems month.
Hey,
I thought it was a really
congratulations!
good
You have a
idea.
white card.
Yeah.
Listen, I just
I
feel
still
like
haven't gotten mine
March,
yet.
I mean, I got to go with my brother Larry Elder here, and we're just going to make March stop blaming white people for your problems month. I think that's just only right after the smallest month of the year. No, I'm just kidding, but it's serious at the same time. No, like, here's what's funny. It is amazing how obviously
It's that
disingenuous,
time of the show.
corrupt, and full of BS liberals are. You took a knee for an entire summer for police brutality, injustice, racism. What was the flashpoint that stopped it? I see you, Dusty. I see you, baby. Dusty.
It's that time.
Predicted it.
I paid my taxes.
You paid somebody else's taxes.
Dusty, we're trying to
They're all
pay.
voluntary, so.
Okay. Yeah, so, but how predictable is this, right? The moment Orange Man's gone, those concentration camps open up again. They're renamed, but they're reopened up again for the thing that Orange Man did, the thing that Orange Man didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this.
Oh
The
yeah.
moment The moment that the murder rate gets out of control and your cities are burning for the fentanyl guy, let's hire those police back. The moment that Orange Man gone, it's the steelers of success. We've got our puppet in play. We've got the pedo groper in chief in charge now. In charge, and I use that term very loosely. Then let's get rid of politics.
Don't forget, New York and California opening back up. It's like
Weird.
I mean, this is bad for the economy. We can't keep it closed forever.
It's killing old people. It's killing old people to keep them trapped up like that. But New York.
And what's funny is Cuomo's under investigation now.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking
Me
about
Too
that.
allegations, all that jazz.
But nobody's talking about
Well,
it.
this guy faithfully... Just think about this. This guy faithfully manipulated COVID numbers.
Yup.
All right? Kept his city locked... Kept the state locked down
Oh, and remember,
to promote the Democrat agenda. And now it's convenient for them to destroy him.
Yes.
Now it's okay because Orange Man's
I mean,
not bad anymore.
What he did is scumbaggery. But they're not even, there's no loyalty, even,
Yeah.
It's so crazy because there's this, extreme loyalty to the idea of leftism, right?
100%.
But no loyalty to the actual people
The individual.
who are loyal to the idea.
Of course not.
It's crazy.
Listen, but that's what happens when you don't have principles. You just want power. When you only want power, you do. So, pardon my crap. I almost slipped up. I almost made this R-rated, but I didn't. You do stupid stuff like that when you don't have principles. You know what I mean?
Well, and let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's not going to jail.
Of course not.
No, he'll just resign and quietly go off into the sunset, and then show up as a commentator on CNN or MSNBC, or a lobbyist in some company in Washington.
He'll be a cabinet member. Don't worry, man. He'll be a cabinet member. He'll be like what's his face that they just tried to put through.
He'll be Kamala's.
Kamala's?
Energy secretary or something like that.
Co-energy secretary? Is that what you're calling it now?
Yeah.
Kamala. Well, you're not a harlot in any way. But anyways, my thing is this. Man, I'm getting raw today. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We should have called this Wednesday Night Raw, man. Sorry, I apologize. I'm a little passionate today. But okay, we're shutting down operations that stop pedos. We're putting kids back in cages, but calling it whatever. When the political screw Trump thing's over, so now we're gonna go back to normal. At what point, even if you're a low information liberal logic moron, no offense, you're a moron. When do you say, man, gee golly, they kind of duped us? They got us fired up about defunding police, and then murder rates went up. They got me mad at Orange Man for cages, but Orange Man shut down those facilities and Biden reopened them and put kids back in different types of cages.
There's a few people. Who. What's that?
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, at what point do you wake up? It's like, listen, and people are like, well, you conservatives are the same way. Not at all. I will be the first one to bust Ted Cruz's balls. It's a bad look to go to Cancun during the freezing storm when you just told people to stay put. Come on, man. It's a bad look.
It's a bad look. It's bad optics.
Horrible. When Trump tried to raise the smoking age to 21, that's a bad look. I'm sorry. I don't advocate smoking. I'm not a smoker. I don't think smoking is good. It's horrible for you. I've lost 4 of my family members to some type of lung cancer, lung disease, COPD, whatever that the lung disease is. I think it's horrible. But the more regulations you put on things, you create that prohibition mindset where it's going to be more intoxicating to people. It just is, right?
Yep.
Prohibition on booze didn't work. The war on drugs didn't work. Okay?
Prohibition is what started the mafia.
Exactly.
Legalizing drugs doesn't work either.
I mean,
You think so?
No.
Ironically,
I think it does.
you know what's funny though?
In what way?
Well, like
How is legalizing cocaine and heroin ever a good thing?
I'm for it, actually.
Dusty.
We'll have that discussion later.
I think that, to your point, Dusty, it is a mind-altering drug to the point where you can cause and do dangerous things. The reality of the situation is more people are on cocaine than you think. There are a lot of people on coke.
I
Coke
used to
is
work
not
in the
bad.
restaurant business. I know.
Oh, yeah, you know the game, bro.
Bump,
Like,
bump.
what do you think gets you through that shift or gets you through whatever? Like, my
For
thing
me,
is like,
usually it was a cup of coffee.
Sure. The Christian alternative, caffeine. We're watching.
There you go.
But no, but I like the thing to me, Dusty, is like the prohibition causes more problems than freedom. You know what I mean? Like, of course, there's going to be DUIs. There's going to be. I mean, listen, the boss just got out of his DUI, right? The boss,
Yes.
good old what's his nuts.
Bruce Springsteen. Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen
Bruce
that got
Springsteen.
Drop
caught.
charges. Huh.
Yeah. Hey, you know you know what?
Guess old good old Boss Hogg owns that sheriff or whatever.
You know, it's not we're in trouble. We just need to claim to be liberals. Like, I'll just be like, hey, I identify as a woman. And all you've got to do is just identify as, like, a black guy. That's all you got to do. You know what I mean? And then,
I identify as 65. Can I get my social security now?
yeah, exactly, right?
Worked for Rachel Dolezal. Did you
It
see
did.
Oh,
that she?
gosh.
You see that she changed her name?
Yes.
100%. Just saying.
Wow.
Let me look it up.
Rachel Dolezal. But that's what I'm saying. Like, to your point, Dusty, I think that the problem is when you demonize substance, for example, you're creating an evil. Like, I'm okay with shutting down pedophiles, sex offenders, and blah blah blah, because you're literally directly assaulting or affecting people. You can do
Other
cocaine.
people. Yeah, what they're doing is affecting other people, not just themselves.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. So my thing with coke is there's so many people on coke that, like, I don't think people realize around them how many people are on weed, on coke, on whatever, and it's just going to be a windfall because at the end of the day, it's like we completely botched the war on drugs. Let's get real with ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, I think everybody can agree the war on drugs was fruitless. I mean, would you disagree with that, Dusty?
For the most part, yes. I would say
We've spent
we did not.
like
We
trillions.
slowed it down, but we didn't stop it by any stretch of any imagination.
Like, if you want to instantly destroy the cartels in Mexico and really help this problem of, people coming over the border, make every drug legal. They instantaneously lose their power. Think about that.
You want to really screw over somebody, make it a prescription drug.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Let doctors prescribe that stuff.
But that's how California saved their economy, what little they have now. Their economy was dog trash until they legalized weed, and then they got the taxes from it. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
You mean Colorado?
yeah, 100%.
California did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, California.
Well,
made
here's
it
the deal. We have
Right.
an example of it working in Portugal.
Yeah.
So Portugal is a smaller population, obviously, but they had way worse rates of drug abuse, like
Yeah.
way worse. And the war on drugs wasn't doing anything for that. So what they did was they legalized everything, and then they took like a tenth of the budget that they were spending on the war on drugs for rehabilitation efforts. Saved a ton of money, and there was an initial spike because it's available and
Yay, we can do it.
and legal.
Yeah, I can do
But then
whatever I want.
it's their abuse rates have gone way down. You know,
Yep.
there's still, of course, people who are going to abuse it, but there's people who are going to abuse it when it was illegal.
You mean
Yep.
people that
And now you're not clogging your prison systems with nonviolent offenders, and you're not spending trillions on a war that is not fruitful, and empowering cartels. You're not empowering cartels and
Yep.
you know, whatever. And then
you can actually control.
yeah,
the,
you can use a portion of your budget of that war budget to actually help people get off of it
well, you
100%.
can
and
also,
make money off of taxes. It's like a win-win-win-win-win-win-win.
You
Yeah.
can also start growing it and purifying it and making sure, just like prescription drugs, that is clean and safer, not safe, safer
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
than what you could get on the street.
100%.
Rachel Dolezal's new name is Nkechi Amare Diallo.
That's racist.
Well, no, she just identifies as black, so it's okay.
From the
That's cool.
plains of Africa.
Didn't she shave the top of her head too?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I saw a
can't.
picture of her and her hair's all pulled back and her head's shaved back to here. And it's the middle of her head, like right,
Sexy
yeah,
hairline. You know what I mean?
right back where yours is.
Hey, listen, bro. I don't really have a hairline. I've got like a little island here, little island that's holding on, but then it's just it just goes way back, bro. Way back. But yeah, I mean, it's humorous, but I just find it interesting. You know, 1 month into this selected administration, how obviously political things were, and how obviously full of it they were. You know, Biden went on national TV and literally told all the people that were thinking they were going to get $50,000 in college debt forgiveness that ain't going to happen.
Nope.
He still hasn't met with Black Lives Matter,
Nope.
which is ironic because what does Black Lives Matter actually do? They still have not contributed a single dollar towards any community. Let me repeat that slowly. Black Lives Matter has not contributed a red cent to any community whatsoever. The things they advocated for, like defund the police, has magically gone away, right? All this race talk magically has disappeared within 2 weeks of Biden saying the N-word as a slip-up, which I'll give you a pass on that, Biden. But then a week ago, you literally said black people and Hispanic people cannot use the internet.
Because they're not
Now,
smart
where is
enough.
that? Huh?
They're not smart enough to find a DMV.
Yeah, right? So think about this. Like, if you're a person that got roped into the Marxism, the stupidity, the illogic of BLM, and you still think it was a valid charge, I mean, I get it. I've fallen for things before, too. I mean, when I was growing up, I literally thought wrestling was real until I became a teenager. I get it. When you're dumb and you just don't know
Wait.
things, you don't know things, right? Go ahead.
Wrestling's not real?
No,
Still know to me.
not professional wrestling.
What?
When I was a child, I thought like a child. When I became a man, I put away childish things. And
Man, it sounds like you're quoting that Bible thing. Is that what you're quoting?
I believe so. It's like a
Careful.
Hezekiah 3:12 or something like that.
Careful.
No way.
Doing
What?
stuff like that might put you in prison.
That's true.
Exactly. Speaking of which, Dusty.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I want to play a
He's
game.
zooming in on his Segway.
So, Dusty, I want to play a game with you. You want to play a game?
Sure.
Okay. The game is called Do You Want the Good News or the Bad News? Canada Edition, eh?
Can
And
we
this is
play anything
sponsored
but
by-
the Canada edition?
Yeah, the Good News or the Bad News Canada Edition,
The
sponsored by Tim Hortons.
Non-constitutional, no human rights version.
Either way, however you want to spin it. I mean, listen, Canada.
No, bro, they got a human rights council. It's okay.
Yeah.
A council?
Yeah, human rights council.
Let's
I prefer a constitution.
Let's play good Canada, bad Canada. Do you want the good Canada or the bad Canada first? What do you want?
Let's go with the bad Canada. How bad could it really be?
Bad Canada. Shame on you. Our boy, Pastor James Coates, I believe is the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did something absolutely horrible. I mean, he like killed a guy and got thrown in jail, right?
What?
No, I don't remember reading that. No.
Oh no!
Wait,
no,
a pastor killed somebody and went to jail?
No, sorry,
That's
that's
despicable.
That's not right. That's not right.
No, no.
He defrauded his congregation and stole a bunch of money.
Jerry
Right?
Falwell?
Joel Osteen? What? What did
No,
you
it's
say?
James Coates in Canada.
James
Oh,
Coates.
So no, I don't remember reading that either.
No, I don't know.
Okay. He actually did the worst thing possible that you can do in Canada. He was unpolite to someone.
Oh!
No, not even that. Well,
Tell me ain't so, eh?
Listen, now, the Canadians listening to the show. 1, I love your country. 2, I love your beers. Labatt and Molson are the best beers out there. 3, I love your shows. I think you have funnier shows there than you have here. Letterkenny is hilarious. Trailer Park Boys is hilarious. Y'all got some funny stuff going on up there, okay? I can even get down with some hockey from time to time. And curling is pretty cool.
hockey's awesome.
Okay?
Hockey's great. It's the only sport you go to a fight and a hockey game breaks out.
True. But our pastor, James Code, a follower of Christ, an actual pastor, a leader amongst a bunch of soft as baby crap Christian leaders. I'm looking at you, Andy Stanley, who still has your church in Atlanta shut down, by the way. He decided, hey, listen, we do church for God and not Justin Trudeau. We're going to meet because the Bible commands us to meet together like we're supposed to. And if the government comes and arrests me, so be it. We're going to do the right thing. And
What?
that's literally what happened.
So,
That's what happened.
so a bunch of people came to his church and they're having church again. That's wonderful. That is a good news.
You would think that's a good thing, but not to Justin Trudeau, who locked him up, and now he's in maximum security, isn't he? Maximum security prison.
Yeah, in Edmonton. Yep. Maximum security prison. And for COVID reasons, he's in solitary confinement.
What?
I mean quarantine. Sorry, he's quarantined.
Quarantined for COVID-19 when it's dropping 76% across the world right now.
And he's in
That's
maximum security prison for meeting with his church. Also got fined. So there's fines involved too.
So, wait a second. So, he must have been planning something, like overthrowing the government.
No. He was planning prayer meetings
What?
and worship services. Maybe
No.
a
He
baptism
must have been-
here or there.
He must be collecting guns. I know that.
No,
The
they were
Canadians
collecting
hate that.
offerings.
Oh.
They were passing
They were
out
collecting
the
ammunition. That
bread
was
and
it.
wine for the...
No?
No, none of that. Yeah.
Wow.
They just did church.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. That's what I
Going
was
to jail. He's going to jail for doing church.
No, he's in jail right now.
And he's in jail.
Yeah, we need to pray for him, brothers and sisters.
Yep.
Because he's in maximum security prison. This is where you send the worst of the worst who you can't you
Rapists,
can't
murderers,
even allow them
pedophiles.
to have bail because they're so dangerous potentially.
Murderers, terrorists,
Rapists.
pedophiles,
Yep.
and now pastors.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, as a murderer, you can get bail, which is interesting, right? That you can't if you're a pastor of a church during the pandemic. Think about that.
In Canada.
In Canada. So,
You know what I think it is? I think they read that chapter on Peter escaping from prison, and I think that's what they're scared of.
Yeah,
is
they didn't.
is the angel coming down and walking him out.
So we had to beef up the security.
I mean, a little adversity, a little persecution might shake some of that out again. Who knows? Which would be amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you, because people would be saying anything. So bad Canada, good Canada, but which is ironic. This is the hypocrisy and the hilarity. But Canada has the balls to go to the Olympic Committee. This is the good Canada, and say China shouldn't be hosting the Olympics in 2022, the Winter Olympics, because they're torturing Uyghur Muslims, literally messing with the wombs of Uyghur women, and castrating,
sending them to re-education camps,
sending them to literal concentration camps, which ironically Disney filmed right next to. They filmed Mulan right next to those, by the way. But Canada has the wherewithal to say, China, you're bad for violating human rights, but then they violate human rights of people following Christ. That's ironic. So, now that's a good move politically. I don't think we should have the Olympics in North Korea or China or any,
Iran.
Yeah, Iran, any tyrannical communist, socialist hellhole, Marxist hellhole. Probably we shouldn't be having, goodwill games all in those countries. That makes sense.
Are you saying that these lesser countries shouldn't get their chance to host these games?
That's absolutely right.
Of peace?
Yes.
We should not, as a world community, be pretending like, the spirit of brotherhood is alive in China.
It's not.
Even though
you're torturing.
They capture people and send them off to prison camps just because they're a certain color or different ethnic background.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
But America is the only racist country. Remember that, guys.
Yeah, we're the only racists.
Because we throw Muslims.
Because racism is prejudice plus power.
Yeah, 100%.
And you can't be prejudiced if you don't have the power.
But does Justin Trudeau see the irony of this, though, at all?
Does Justin Trudeau even know that this pastor is in jail or care?
Probably not.
He has no clue.
Yeah.
He has no clue. He's too busy putting blackface on for his next performance. But that's another story for another time. 3 times the dude got caught with blackface. 3 times. But anyways, that's good Canada, bad Canada, right? So listen here, that's what's going on in the world right now. Let's play a new game. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good Disney, bad Disney.
Okay.
Okay. What do you start with? Bad Disney or good Disney?
Let's do good Disney.
Let's do, since we did bad before, let's do good now.
Kind of lied to you. There's nothing really good with Disney right now. So
you mean their stock isn't going up?
WandaVision's pretty good.
Yeah, no, not really. Now, here's the beautiful thing. And
You're not enjoying WandaVision?
Oh, you mean the huge reveal of a character that 2% of even the comic book population know of?
I don't even care about a huge reveal. It was entertaining. That's all I care about.
I lied. WandaVision is definitely good Disney right now, but it really isn't Disney. It's Marvel Studios doing that, correct?
Marvel, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
which is owned by Disney, so it is still Disney.
Okay, so I will give you WandaVision because it's so good. My wife keeps us on schedule to watch that on time. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
The big reveal was awesome.
Can your wife get in touch with my wife and arrange that too?
Yes, I will work on it. The thing is, Dusty, my wife wasn't always a nerd. You kind of have to groom them into being nerds. Kind of like how the left.
Let me make sure she's not watching.
But what? What's that?
Let me make sure she's not watching.
Yeah. My wife's the prom queen, so I had to groom her into nerdiness and be okay with that type thing. So you got to work on the homecoming queens. Listen,
my wife was big into fantasy, but she had never experienced sci-fi until I came along, and I won her over.
It's fantasy with laser guns.
Exactly.
Yay!
Star Wars.
Still, Star Wars escapes her, though. Still.
Well, that's a Western with the laser guns.
It's that, and it's also like, if you didn't grow up watching 4, 5, and 6, it's hard as an adult to look back at that. Even as good as much as the special effects do really stand up to the test of time, they're also still dated.
Yes.
And so then you're just sitting there like, why is this so popular?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't terrible, but it's not great.
New Hope.
And it's so hard
And
to
it's old men fighting with the,
And it's so hard to describe to her how revolutionary Star Wars was, because prior to that it was always slow paced, single shot, here you go. In the first 5 minutes of Star Wars, there's 9 scene changes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you don't care about any of that. You've got people fighting with laser swords.
Yeah, sure.
This is amazing. Did you see? He moved his hand and the thing moved. He was wearing a thing covering his eyes and he was still able to deflect the bolt. It's amazing.
Oh man! But good on you, Disney, for WandaVision. Okay, ready for bad Disney?
Yeah.
No. Don't ruin my dreams.
Shit, right.
Star Wars.
We've been steeped in bad Disney for years.
Yes.
Huh?
We've been steeped in bad Disney for years.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Anything Star Wars is bad Disney, and specifically the firing of Gina Carano. Did we talk about that last week at all?
Yeah, we have talked about it.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what's amazing about Disney is Disney kowtows to random user 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9s out there that have no following. They're not really real. They typically have an anime emoji or an anime picture. They're nameless, faceless trolls.
Bots.
That influence big companies like Disney that are under the illusion that Twitter is a real world. So
and everyone subscribes to Twitter.
Yeah, the problem is only 2% of Americans subscribe to Twitter. Only
here's the
2%.
real deal. Here's the real deal.
Give it to me.
They don't kowtow to them. They use them as an excuse for what they already wanted to do.
Okay, that's fair. To be fair.
To be fair.
Now, the problem, to be fair, thank you, Canada. The problem with that is you bite yourself in the rear end when you claim that you want strong, independent women, and then you get rid of a strong, independent woman who is arguably your most popular show other than WandaVision, and she's arguably one of the most popular.
Actually, The Mandalorian beats WandaVision's numbers hand over fist.
100%.
Yeah, and is clearly the most popular female character that they've created in a Star Wars.
Besides
in the Star Wars
Tano.
franchise since Princess Leia.
Ahsoka Tano.
Or Ahsoka Tano, I guess.
But that brings me to my point, because the trolls successfully groomed Disney into making a stupid decision by getting rid of Gina Carano, and now they're starting that with Rosario Dawson and Ahsoka Tano.
Did you watch her interview with Ben Shapiro?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's good. But this was, like I said, this wasn't them. They've been on her like white on rice for a while now, and they were just looking for the chance.
They're looking for that chance, and they
They're
found
just
it.
looking for the opportunity.
Yep.
She doesn't think right.
Yep. I will be honest though.
And you know what I like best about her? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
you're good.
I like that Ben Shapiro rightly brings up the comparison that Pedro Pascal had a similar Nazi quote.
Sure.
Oh, did I say National Socialist quote?
Yeah, I was going to say, careful, we're going to get banned there.
Yeah. And a similar National Socialist quote. And nothing happened to him.
Yeah.
And what was her response? Pedro and I don't agree, but he's a lovely human being.
Yep.
I think the world of him. I love him, and he loves me, and we agreed that we're people first, we're human beings first, and the other stuff comes second. And I'm
Well,
like,
that's clearly what a Nazi.
what? That is a freaking great person. Look at this person. Look at this. This is the model of who gets canceled.
Yes.
Scum.
Of course.
Scumbags.
Scum. My only beef with the interview is she's a very genuine person,
Mm-hmm.
but she's painful to interview. No offense. She's not.
She's not practiced at this stuff.
I know. I just.
Ben Shapiro's made an entire career out of it, and he's interviewing somebody who I think has only sat down in a few interviews
Mm-hmm.
in her entire life.
No, and that's true. Like, as an actress, she's phenomenal. You know what I mean? Like, everything I've seen her in, awesome. Her UFC career, awesome. But it was like, for me, it was painful. But the content, to your point, like, they tried to castigate her as this, like, evil Nazi psychopath. She's a sweet, genuine human being.
Well, they tried to cast her as a right-wing nutjob, Nazi-loving person, and if you actually read the tweet,
well,
it's not.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the problem: is that Nazi, National Socialist, whatever. It's not right wing. Not in America. And so they paint us like this.
Yep.
And it's the farthest thing from what we are when people get to know us, and that's why so many more people are getting red pilled.
100%. And they're moving to Florida, so keep Florida red.
Yeah.
But now they're trying to cancel Rosario Dawson, who is the most leftist of all time. Wasn't she dating Cory Booker?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, she was dating
She's Cory Booker's beard.
Booker.
Yeah, please don't say that. You're ruining everything.
Oh, go to the multi-stream.
Cory Booker. Think about that. Like, we know that Cory's not really into chicks, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's brave and beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Say whatever I need to say for YouTube. But reality of the situation is, she dated Cory Booker, who's the leftiest left guy of all time. And now you're trying to cancel her too? For what?
No idea.
This is what do we talk about this all the time, right? Like, the left eats its own, right?
Oh yeah.
The left will eventually eat its own. And what's magical about this, they're going after a girl of color, a woman, and a successful woman of color. Shouldn't that tell you something? I thought white guys were the problem.
No, whiteness is the problem.
Yeah, whiteness is the problem, but you take down a woman in Gina Carano, then you take down a woman and a woman of color in super lefty Miss Rosario Dawson, and this is literally the progressive. It's not even progressive; it's regressive. But this is the progress of progressivism, right? Progressivism literally can't stay still. Conservatism is literally protecting the Constitution. Progressive is moving away from the Constitution as quickly as possible, and it's the same thing. You move away from logic, reason, and reality until you've destroyed everyone around you, which is ironically the tool that globalists use in socialism, in communism, in totalitarian situations like this to destroy society, destroy culture, and destroy politics. But at Disney, again. So I like this game. Good, bad, good and bad. You guys like this game?
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Final thoughts on the show. What do we got, man? What are we going to run down? I know you got final thoughts. Let's start with the right hand. Dusty Joe, what do you got, brother?
You're throwing me under the bus. Okay.
Dusty?
My final thoughts.
You're the right hand of the Kings.
I am the
You're
right
the
hand.
first to go in the fire, okay?
And that's true. Can you at least throw the left in once in a while? I'm getting burned here.
Listen, we're still right. We don't have left hands here, okay? We don't do that.
Okay. So,
That's right.
my final thoughts are this. I love the direction that Gina Carano's going with producing and acting in a new movie done by the Daily Wire. I think that what the Daily Wire is doing is revolutionary in the fact that it's a production company going about the right way. They've hired a great director who's got a lot of experience making really good low-budget films. And if they can create a space for people like us, they don't even have to make movies about political issues. Just make good movies. All of a sudden, all of these actors who are afraid to come out and because it'll affect their paychecks will all of a sudden have a job and a place where they can go and practice their craft and bring home a paycheck and not have to be afraid of being canceled and just absolutely destroy this cancel culture that Hollywood has been perpetuating for years, decades. I think it's great.
Yep.
I agree. I mean, that was Glenn Beck's initial idea with The Blaze as well. Bought a whole movie studio, you know, but
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, various his health concerns I think is what has really impeded that idea. But
Hey, real quick, speaking of Daily Wire, have you guys seen the preview for the Run, Hide, and Fight movie that they put out?
no, you told us about it last week. That you said
I
it was
gotta
really good.
watch it. I gotta watch it. Shocker, the Google and Rotten Tomatoes hates it for sure, but I guarantee
That's not a big surprise. But when has Rotten Tomatoes gotten a movie absolutely right? I mean, look at their track record
never.
of
Oh, yeah.
absolutely god-awful movies. And, this is the best thing ever.
So real quick. So Google only shows the Rotten Tomato meter at 29%. When you actually click on the Rotten Tomatoes, guess what the audience score for Run, Hide, and Fight, which is by the Daily Wire? Guess what it is?
90%?
93%.
See? This is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, weird.
Well, it's just like them having to get rid of comments and likes on like Joe Biden's town hall or whatever it was.
Yes.
Where it was up to 10,000 dislikes and 100 likes.
Most popular president in all of history.
Yeah. But
that's literally 100 dislikes to every like that was given.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge ratio.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is, so think about this: the tomato reading on Run and Hide only has 14 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. The ratings for the 93% is over 1,000 plus. Can somebody say ratio? Just a little bit. Like, but the just the preview is one of the best previews I've seen in a long time. Like, I literally was like, I gotta do this movie, and I'm probably gonna watch it this weekend. You know what I mean? So it looks good. I don't know if you guys seen the preview. You guys got to see the previews for this one. But,
I will check it out, definitely.
It's called Run, Hide, Fight.
Yep.
Looks super intense.
And the director for that movie is the one directing the new one, and he's essentially in charge of this new production wing of the Daily Wire.
Cool. It's awesome. Hey man, they won't let you play in the playground. Go build your own. You know what I mean? So it's fun. I mean, Big Dog, the sexiest man alive, the mad scientist. Soon to be his birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday to you.
Somebody's gonna join me in my decade.
Happy birthday, brother. But what's your final thoughts, man?
What is my final thoughts? My dog weighs 1,000 tons just asked, do you know John Doyle? Can't say that I do.
I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
Nope. Anyway, he's got a video that we're supposed to react to. whatever. Anyway, final thoughts.
What you got?
I don't know, man. I don't have anything in particular today.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm just gonna say, God is good.
Amen.
All the time. And, Biden's been in power for, 2 months now? 1.5 months, something like that?
1.5 months, man.
Yeah, we're still alive.
We are. God's in control, baby.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not, I'm pessimistic about the future and I'm optimistic at the same time.
Yeah, gas prices are only up 65 cents.
Yeah.
Hey, only.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Can be worse. Will be worse.
Yeah, it can go worse.
Buy
It's
Bitcoin.
probably worse. Yep.
Yeah, right. Not that we're advocating for you
Hey,
to buy Bitcoin.
It's also
Go
good.
buy Bitcoin.
GME. Did you see GME is up again? GameStop stock was that like 116 or something like that? No, 160. $160.
Nice.
AMC is back up to 11 overnight. So
Stock that
I
will
like
die.
it 11.
yeah.
My amplifiers, I like them at 11.
Short squeeze number 2 is happening. That's good. That's cool.
That's funny.
I mean, things are good. People are waking up.
Yeah.
This may be, we need people to wake up. We need people to wake up to what's going on. We need people to wake up to the deeper ideologies behind what's going on, to the deeper realities of the deep state and the globalist elites that are, running everything from their central banks and destroying the little man.
Yep.
And I'm happy to be here trying to spread that truth while also spreading the ultimate truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
The truth.
The way, the truth, and the life. Because no man comes to the Father except through him.
Amen.
And if you want the safest, most secure bet, if you want to be optimistic about the future, put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Because he's the only one who can give you a future.
Amen. Amen. I feel you, bro. Final thought for the strong one. I kind of got a two-parter, and I'm going to piggyback on what you just said. Followers of Christ, just put it out there, man. Just put it out there. And what I mean by that is, talk about Jesus, man.
Share the... Oh, I thought you meant share the show.
Yeah, that too. We'll get that in the closing, but yeah, I made a post this week on Insta, and they asked me for a picture of me for my badge for my job. So I actually get to physically go to my work for the second time in a year yesterday, which was hilarious. Got to meet my boss's boss. Basically, the narcissistic as people probably think I am, calling myself the strong one. I don't have that many, so I had one, and it's a picture of me with my Jesus Spot shirt. But the way the circle goes, you can only see Jesus on my shirt with the badge. And it was funny because that sparked conversations, very interesting. And then I kind of posted on Instagram, like, I didn't mean to do this, but hey, Jesus made it onto my badge. And it opened up a chance for me to just say, hey, listen. And I just got to talk about Jesus with people, which was exciting and always fun. And because at the end of the day, it's truth, man. It's bigger than blue, red, pedo man, orange man. It's bigger than all that, right? It's when you die, you're going somewhere, and the only determining factor of that is what Christ did and what you did with that decision and, with that action. And the reality is that's massively important. So I just tell people, throw it out there, man. Make sure you're throwing out Jesus and talking about Jesus, talking about your faith. Um, that being said, too, it's like, obviously our politics are influenced by who we follow. We follow Jesus, so that's why we land on the conclusions that we land on. We don't vote Democrat because I'm not into killing babies. I'm just not into that whatsoever. I'm into the principles of what the Bible talks about, so I'm not into total government control of everything. You know what I mean?
And we're not into theft.
We're not into theft. I'm not into giving into corruption. I'm not, there's a lot of things I'm just not into. And when you start seeing the world for what it is, it's really hard to go against the ultimate truth, which is Jesus Christ. So when I say this just like, throw it out there. You're going to get persecution when you speak the truth, whether it's Christ or just truth in general. And, I joke about this on the show all the time. Like, I'm very happy to finally dunk on TikTok officially. But TikTok, I only hopped on there just because we were like, hey, how do we grow this operation? Well, let's go where the new stuff is and just throw it out there. And I'm not like a video wizard or anything amazing like that. You know what I mean? I'm just a dude that gets in front of a camera for 15 seconds and says what's true, which irritates the living piss out of the left, and morphed into the liberal logic CEO destroying all of it and laying waste. Now, what's ironic is, as this election was coming around, they magically banned the living crap out of me from getting my message out there. So I was approached by Clapper, and I got blue check marked over there, and now I'm bigger than I was over on TikTok in less time. But the reality of the situation is Clapper is bending the knee to Google as well, and they don't even want you talking about Talon out in the Operation Talon. They don't want you talking about that whatsoever. And I've started the process of moving videos over to Rumble. So what I mean by that is this: throw it out there, and guess what? Listen, how to say this in a nice way. Go where you're celebrated, not tolerated, if that makes sense. So
Yes.
if they're not if they don't want you in their playground, go build a new one. Okay? Go play on a new one. Because if you build it, they will come. I hate to quote a Kevin Costner movie. That really wasn't that good. No offense. It's not a good movie. I like baseball, but I don't like that movie whatsoever. Field Dreams is not that good. But if you build it, they will come. This platform is growing for us because we have the audacity to do it. It's not because we're just the most amazing podcasters of all time. That is not the case whatsoever. We're just three jabronis that love Jesus enough, and we love people enough to tell them the truth. So that's why we hop on here every Wednesday. Politics in light of Jesus, right? But that's why we
are the two kings, though. So
that's true. We've become kings. I mean, listen, the sacrifice was great, but the spoils were even more amazing. But what I would say is this: like, throw it out there, man. Throw out Jesus. Throw out truth. Throw out what you know to be true. It's really hard to get a bad return on that. It's really, it's like, if you're like, I'm afraid to make a video, make a freaking video. I'm afraid to write a book, write a book. If you're afraid to say something to somebody, that probably is your indicator to say something to someone, right? The moment that you're like, oh man, I don't know, do it. Just listen. But guess what? You bucked up, you puckered up, and you landed the big one, okay? Like, that's how it works. That's how life works. Like, every amazing thing that happens in the Bible requires faith. Faith is action. It's acting on what you believe, okay? It's Gideon with 300 jabronis going after an army of 100,000, okay? It is Peter saying, I'm just gonna walk on water like Jesus right now. I'm just gonna do it. I don't know. I'm just gonna do it. But throw it out there. Be people of faith and be people of courage. Be people of bravery. Be people that are more. And if you're scared to do it, heck.
If you're scared to do it, fear not.
Yeah.
I am with you.
If you're scared to talk about politics, share our crap, because We're fearless jabronis. We'll say it. We'll say what you're
Right.
probably thinking.
I
We
give my
will
wife
promise-
2 options. I could either join the show, or I could actually enter politics. And, well, I'm here.
Right? Yeah, my wife gave me the "you're not allowed to get in politics" speech about 5 years ago. She's like, "I know you think I'm in it, but you're not getting into politics." Okay, done, sold. But I'll talk about it all day long. So
Oh,
throw
yeah.
it out there, and let's go change the world for Jesus, man. Let's go change the world for truth, and let's rock this Casbah. What do you guys think, boys?
Amen.
Sounds good to me.
Woo! I'm sweating. That's how much energy I poured into the show today. Episode 151. We're not even at episode 156, which is our 3-year anniversary. Make sure you check us out every single Wednesday at 9 o'clock at twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you really like us, like the Deep State, like Dusty Joe, like all of our guys that are super faithful every single week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Boys, it has been the best show we have ever done of all time. One more time. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Just set
Matt,
the bar
always.
higher every time. You add more weight.
Add more weight.
Just keep pumping. Just keep pumping.
We'll get to
Bang.
1,000. We'll get to 1,000.
Listen, Matt, finish him off. Tell him about this podcast, man. Tell him what we're all about, bro. Give it to him.
Oh yeah. If you're not already, become a citizen of the Rube Empire, where the taxes are voluntary, the people are free, and we serve freshly roasted liberal logic every Wednesday at 9 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness or YouTube or Facebook Live, because we're doing it simultaneously, because that's how the two kings roll.
See you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.